So I want to also ask you, so I was talking to, again, sort of like going off some of the conversations I was having with Kilo. But for me, when I write music, one of the things that I don't remember the age I was when I heard 50 say this, but when I first started writing music, I was, strictly just writing rap music. And so I think a lot of times when you're young and you writing rap music, it's about how good can you rap, and for everybody it's sort of different depending on like what generation of hip hop music you came up in, and me and you at the same age basically. And we came up in a time where like punchlines was a real big thing, and so I started rapping where every 4 bars was the punchline, or you building up to the 4th bar to put the punchline in, and you trying to have the most impressive punchline or the most impressive metaphor or the most impressive simile. And so for me, when I first started writing music, like that's all I would do. I was just trying to write a verse that would just have a bunch of metaphors, punchlines in it or whatever.
Rewind. What did you?
Shit like that, And one of the big sort of growth processes and steps that I had was getting away from doing that as much and starting to slowly think about writing like a song. And for me, that really started with listening to 50 Cent. He talked about how before he ever writes the verse, he writes the hook first. And then once he writes the hook, then he doubles back to the verse because it sort of gives him a compass of how he knows where he wants the song to go and what he wants the song to be about. And for me, that was like one of the big steps that I took, where before the first 4 lines I would never think about like trying to craft a song out of it. I'd just be like, okay, I got these 4 lines, let's get another 4 lines. I got the verse. I might not even write a hook. I might just go to a second verse, and then I might double back on the hook, and the hook will be the thing that would become like the most difficult thing for me. And I really took a step when I began to, and this really happens a lot for me now, where I hear the hook first, or I hear the bridge first, or I hear the chorus first. And so tell me, what's sort of your writing process like? Like, I know that you say that you're not necessarily writing, but what's your creative process like? Do you hear a certain aspect of the song first? Do you hear a harmony first, a melody first? Do you already sort of have a harmony or melody that's in your head, and then you get into your sort of studio creative mode and you bring that out? Or is it once you step into that studio creative mode, then that's when some of those things come?
Yeah, I'm never walking around harmonizing something and like, I gotta find a beat for this.
Okay.
Because that's hard, right? I'm not a producer. I don't make beats.
Okay.
I just engineer and obviously record and whatever. So unless if you are a producer, I feel like that's probably the hardest thing to do is, I got this cold ass hook in my head. Now I got to find a beat that kind of structure around what I'm saying. Whenever I'm in that process, I come straight from work. You know what I mean? I'm taking care of the kids. And, if I get the time to sit down and record and, then once I finally sit down in that chair, it's like a big ass, just something comes around me, right? And I'm locked in, right? I don't hear shit on the TV. I don't hear nothing. I'm just focused in that very rare moment I get to do this. So, looking for beats. Once I find something that might catch my attention, I'm just pressing record and just
going.
Okay. You know what I mean? Not saying shit. And depending on how the harmonization is that I'm doing, that's gonna tell me what kind of song it's gonna be, right? Okay. Obviously the beat, if it's slower, sadder, something like that, but like you said, I do the hook first.
Okay.
If you write a cold ass verse and you can't think of the hook, you just wasted all that verse.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, you might be able to take it to another song, but creatively, that verse is for that beat, that song, that type of vibe, right? So there's times that I do write the verse first, but for the most part, the hook is that's the most important part of the song.
Okay.
To the masses, you know what I mean? That's the part they're gonna memorize first. So that's probably
the hook first. Yeah. Okay.